So there is this ant species that has their own livestock that they milk. Yes, really, just like humans milk cows, and humans milk sheep, and humans milk goats, and humans milk... Wait, why do we milk so many things? Anyway, of course, I have these milking ants as pets, and in this video, I'm going to give them their own livestock. Whoosh. Now, you should know one important thing about me. I'm an idiot, so it was to my own surprise that I actually succeeded in getting them to milk these things. So now we need to do 3 things. First, find out what they milk. Next, we need to find and catch some of the livestock. And lastly, we need to get the ants to milk them. And that is the hardest part. These are black garden ants. And that is a weird name because they are black and usually live in gardens. Okay, yeah, maybe that name makes sense. So these ants milk aphids, and all they want is tap some aphid bud. No, I mean that literally. They tap the buds of the aphids to get them to produce honeydew. This is rich in sugar, and the ants eat it. And I'm very proud to say, my ants succeeded in tapping buds. Just like these ladybugs, which are the natural enemy of the aphids. In exchange for the honeydew, the ants protect the aphids from this predator. And I actually got some footage from an ant doing just that in the wild. I'll show you that later. First step done. Second step, find and catch some aphids. And that is harder than you would think. That's what she said. I looked everywhere, but couldn't find them. Nope, not there either. That wasn't dull. And believe it or not, Bob here helped me find some. Bob loves eating ivy. He eats it all the time. Except for now, because I'm watching, he's pretending to be a stick. And as a biologist, I can tell you, sticks don't eat. Anyway, I was cutting some ivy for Bob when I saw this. Aphids and a ladybug enjoying a walk-in dinner. But have no fear, the ants are here, the savior of the aphids. Yeah, they don't care. They're just stuffing their face with that sweet, sweet honeydew. You can actually see that her belly is full of it. But here comes the reinforcement, and she definitely noticed the enemy. I bet that that specific aphid feels very safe now the ants are here to protect her. Wait for it, here it finally comes. Oh, I'm sorry, I muted the footage, now with sound. That ant actually scared the shit out of him, or he was just full of the aphids he ate. The ants finally did their job, so they can leave. Anyway, I took home some leaves with aphids on them. And that means part 2 is done. Now we can get to part 3, get the ants to milk. So the goal is get some footage of ants tapping aphid buds, extracting some honeydew and eating it. Some of you might know, I already tried this 2 years ago. And back then it went so good. Yeah, just kidding, I'm an idiot, remember? I failed miserably. This is what the colony looked like back then. And after I let them settle in, I went to look for some aphids. Notice that these are green and not black like the ones we got now. First mistake. I was so confident and certain this would work. Spoiler alert, it didn't. I know what happened. You know what happened. These aphids don't know what happened because they all got eaten and killed by the ants. Wait, what? And for those wondering, yes, this was me filming this 2 years ago. The footage sucks, I know. So I watched the ants eat all the aphids I promised to protect. But now I learned from my mistakes. I know what I did wrong. This time, I'm not promising anything. So if they all get eaten again, at least I didn't lie. Yeah, it really was a massacre. Not cool. Okay, let's try it again. So this time, I'm giving them some proteins before I add the aphids. Hopefully, they have eaten enough and won't feel the need to eat the aphids once I add them. My goal is to make them full on proteins and empty and full on sugar. So I'm taking away their sugar water. You know what I hate about ant farms? The ants. This is annoying. So I'm adding the aphids and hopefully the ants are in need for sugar more than protein. They immediately started going crazy and now they have the tools to evolve from hunters to farmers. 2 years ago, they decided to stay hunters. The ants started to tickle the aphids instead of bringing them to the nest. That is what I call progress. I really thought this one was going to do it. Guess not. When I was filming this part, I noticed something very wrong. We have an escape attempt. Although attempt might be the wrong word, they already succeeded. Luckily for me, it was only one. Shit. They were everywhere. I had no clue how they were escaping, but the biggest problem was they were wandering further and further from the nest. And they can't in no case go over there. This is one of my other colonies, and as you can see, the ants in there are a lot bigger than the black garden ants. I'll let you take a look inside the nest. Challenge, try to spot the queen. Nope, that's not her. This is soldier ant. I'm sorry, I needed to give her some screen time. Anyway, this is the queen. As you know, I never have and never will let ants fight on this channel. So we need to do this first. And don't worry, you'll see some ants eat aphid bud juice before the end of the video. Now first, I need to catch all the ants that escaped, find out where they escaped from, and then make sure they can't escape again. This looks interesting. Okay, at least I found where they unescape. Fixing this is going to require some very advanced tools. This terrarium has 2 lids to make sure the ants can't escape. You had one job. One. Anyway, I'm just putting on this lid while I fix the other one. Yeah, that's not working. And then I realized when I just put on this lid, there's no gap. I guess that worked. And now it's finally time for the thing you clicked on this video for. The ants milking their own livestock. And to increase the chance of them succeeding, I'm adding more aphids. Because more aphids means more aphid buds. And more aphid buds means more chance the ants get that sweet, sweet honeydew. Okay, here we go. It's finally happening. Watch closely. Wait, I'll play it again in slow motion. That is the honeydew, and here is the ant eating it. But wait, I got some more footage. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, no, it sucked. But hey, I'm the one who had to watch ants tap aphid bud for a week. And all I got is this lousy footage. Anyway, go watch this video now. Do it. Thanks to all patrons, members, and everyone that watched. And welcome to the new patron. I think you'll like this video next. Bye.